Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Thanks for coming by the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel from the heart of the Deep South on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama, where we talk about music, records, do record reviews, interviews, and more. If you're into jazz, please subscribe. I appreciate everybody who comes by the channel, gives a thumbs up, and leaves comments. I love reading your comments, so please feel free to do so. Today, I'm going to be doing a rock record review, which I don't do a lot of. But this was one of the ones I picked up recently. It's a limited edition King's X Dogman from 1994 on the Music on Vinyl numbered edition. If you're a King's X fan and you don't have this on vinyl and you want it, I would definitely pick this up. They're going quick. One of my favorite albums of 1994, brings back a lot of memories. I had not been out of the military for too long. I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm 23 years old. And I remember when this album came out at the beginning of 94, I had it on CD, and it was the first record that I had ever purchased of King's X. I did collect some of their other albums, but this was always my favorite. And going back to their earlier records, they weren't quite as hard-edged as this. This is pretty heavy. So this album came out, again, January of 1994, but I started thinking about some of the other albums. What else came out in 1994? Of course, Eric Clapton's From the Cradle. That came out at the end of 1994, one of my favorite albums of that year. But I started looking at the different records that came out. Alice in Chains, Jar of Flies came out. You had Green Day's album, Dookie, which I'm not a Green Day fan at all, but I remember that album being very popular. A lot of people liked it. For me, it just never did anything for me, but I do remember when that came out. That was a really big album. Marillion's Brave, a fantastic record. That came out in 1994. I really like that. Ben Harper's Welcome to the Cruel World, his debut album, is a really good album. That's definitely one worth having in the collection for sure. Going down through the list here, there's some interesting records that came out. Elvis Costello's Brutal Youth, that one came out in 94. Interesting record. Of course, Super Unknown, another great heavy album by Soundgarden. That was a really popular album. I had that one when it came out. A lot of people had that one. Yes Talk came out that year, 1994. Bonnie Raitt's Longing in Their Hearts was a pretty popular album back then. That came out. Pantera's Far Beyond Driven, I remember that coming out. I wasn't a huge Pantera fan, but a lot of friends that I hung around liked that record. Pink Floyd's The Division Bell. I still think that's an underrated album, and of course it's called Pink Floyd, but it's pretty much a Gilmore project. But I like the songs on The Division Bell. Pretty cool album. What else came out? Rollins Band, Wait, came out in 94. You had, let's see, what else came out? Outkast's album, that Southern Playlist, Cali Music, whatever that thing was, that was their debut. I remember that coming out. I think everybody remembers that. Where It All Begins, the Allman Brothers. Pretty cool album. That came out in 94. What else? Weezer's debut album. That's 94. Stevie Nicks, Street Angel. Remember that coming out. What else? Oh, Bruce Dickinson's Balls to Picasso. That came out in 94. Stone Temple Pilots. Everybody remembers that. The Purple album. Very popular. That came out in June, summertime, 94. What else? Helmet's Betty. They were pretty big back then. Keb Mo's debut album. Again, I'm a blues fan. I remember Keb Mo's blues record that came out that year during the summer of 94, and actually went and saw him at a what used to be a church, and he played in there by himself. It was a really cool concert. I really enjoyed that. Hootie and the Blowfish, Crack Rearview Mirror. I hate that album. I hate Hootie and the Blowfish, but you have to give credit where credit's due. That was a pretty popular album, and everybody liked it. It was all over the radio, and it's still all over the radio. The box set, 30 Years of Maximum R&B, The Who came out that year. Rolling Stones' Voodoo Lounge came out in July of that year. That's a pretty good album, actually. Even though I'm kind of tired of the Stones at this point, but that was pretty cool album. 94. I can't believe it's been over 30 years now. It's kind of scary. Jeff Buckley's Grace. That was a fantastic record, kind of an eerie record. Really interesting songwriter. Had a very ethereal, kind of otherworldly sound to that record. Grace, if you've ever heard that, definitely worth a listen. What else came out that year? Scrolling down through the list. Let's see. Peter Gabriel's Secret World Live. That's a 94 release. That's a really good album. I have that on vinyl. That's definitely worth owning. Widespread Panic, Ain't Life Grand. Well, that was really big for the jam band enthusiasts. And I used to hang out with a lot of those people and go to the different festivals and stuff. And they're a pretty good band. And that was a pretty big album for them, Ain't Life Grand. That came out in September of 1994. Blues Traveler for 1994. What else is coming out that year? Corrosion of Conformity. I remember that one. Deliverance. REM's Monster. I think everybody knows that. That album came out September of that year. Dave Matthews Band. Another band I can't stand. I can't stand here sing Under the Table and Dreaming. But that was his debut record in 94, and I was never a fan, but that was a pretty big album. Cranberries, No Need to Argue. I must confess, I always liked the Cranberries. That was a pretty big album. And that came out in October of 1994. What else? Smashing Pumpkins, Pisces Iscariot. That came out. Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Question the Answers, which was a really good album. I remember seeing them live in the mid-90s. They put on a great show. That's when ska was really big. That album came out. The Cult came out, their 6th album. That wasn't that great of an album, I didn't think. I didn't really care for that one. Bon Jovi Crossroad came out. Queensryche's Promised Land, which wasn't a bad album. I think that was after Empire. I think it's like I think Empire was 1990. Anyways, Promised Land by Queensryche came out, and that was actually a decent record. What else do we have? Heather Nova's Oyster. I remember that coming out. Joni Mitchell, Turbulent Indigo came out in 94. What else? Black Crowes Amorca. I definitely had that one. I was a big Black Crowes fan. I've seen them many times in concert. So that was a really big album. Bush's 16 Stone, huge album. Tom Petty's Wildflowers, and Euthanasia by Megadeth, which I think is a fantastic album. Definitely one of your better metal albums of the mid-90s for sure. Cinderella Still Climbing. That was not such a great album compared to the first 3 that came before it. But I definitely remember when that one came out and purchasing that. What else came out here? And then in December you had the Stone Roses Second Coming. That came out. And there was a lot of other ones. Anyway, those are the ones. I was kind of reminiscing, and I was going through the different albums, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, but then this one, really stuck out there as one of the better albums of 94, maybe my top 3 or 4 albums. So anyways, I know it's a long monologue, but hopefully you guys that grew up back then maybe can relate to those albums. But let's take a look at this red vinyl on the King's X vinyl here. Dogman. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play some of my favorites off of this. How about that? I got these flipped. Let's see. So let's play. There's a lot of good tunes on here. I want to listen to Pretend. Let's listen to Pretend, and then we'll flip it over maybe and listen to Black the Sky or Flies in Blue Skies. That's really good too. So let's do that. Let's listen to Pretend here, which is a great tune. I'm going to listen to 4 tunes. How about that? One from each side. I know I'm rambling here for 10 minutes, so forgive me, but this is just kind of one of those videos, ramble video. Okay. Really nice sounding album. Leave your comments. Let me know what your favorite album of 1994 is. Fifth studio album, produced by Brendan O'Brien. Guitars sound really nice. Nice fat bass sound. Got the lead guitar over on this side. Over here. Vocals sound really cool. They like to play around with the panning a little bit. So that's I Pretend. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to listen. I think I'm going to put on one of my favorite tunes. I like Fool You. So I'm going to put that on, which is the third track on the second side. So we'll listen to that. And then I'll listen to a song off each side. So leave your comments. Let me know what your favorite King's X album is. Let me know what you think of this record. And also let me know what your favorite album of 1994 is. I really like this tune here. As I wondered, walked along on and a little bit of funk in there. And always cool guitar solos. It's been years since I've listened to this. I got this in the other day, and I've listened to it a couple times, and it really breathed new life into the record for me. Listen to it on a Fluence RT85 with a audiophile blue cartridge going into a Vincent audiophile 701 phono stage into Yamaha HS8 speakers, for those of you who want to know. Got all the lyrics here. Guitars sound really nice. It's really a nice sounding record for this kind of music. Sounds nice and warm. It's not shrill or harsh. Vocals sound really nice. Guitars sound awesome, the vocals sound great, big fat bass, drums, really cool. So let's take this off. I'm going to play two more tunes. We're going to play Don't Care and then Cigarettes. We'll close out the video on that. Again, leave your comments. Let me know what your favorite album of '94 is. Let me know where this falls regarding rock music. And there's only 2,000 of these made, so I would get these if you want it, because they will go pretty quick, and no telling how long it's going to be until they do another reissue. So these do come in poly sleeves crazy looking album cover, you know, with this dog on it. Was recorded at Southern Tracks in Atlanta, Georgia. Was mastered by Bob Ludwig at Gateway Studios, Portland. And it doesn't say that it's been remastered or anything for this, so I don't know, but it sounds pretty good. So we're gonna close out with Cigarettes. Of course, King Zexa Trio, Doug Pinnick playing bass and singing. Ty Tabor on guitar and backing vocals, and Jerry Gaskell playing the drums and backing vocals. So let's go ahead and flip it over. We're going to close out with the track Cigarettes. And every once in a while, you just got to have a little heavy rock in your life, right? So that's just me. And for those who follow this channel, you guys know I primarily listen to jazz, but you know, I'm an old rocker too, so I like listening to some of these albums still. I love how the guitars sound on this. 2,000 of these made, so get them while you can. This one, you got the vocals panned all the way over here to the right. Nice sounding vinyl. It's been quiet, of course. This kind of music, there's a little noise on it, you probably never hear it. But flat records, they sound good. On vinyl. All right, folks. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, something a little different, doing rock reviews. So I don't do a lot of them, but I do have a playlist that you can go to and see all of the rock reviews that I've done. And then I've got a playlist for all the jazz. So go check those out. You can see those in a link below with the playlists. And go check those out. You'll see all kinds of different reviews. And the Atlantic 75th will be coming in. I think this month, I think it's Bad Company and Foreigner. I'm not sure which albums, but I think Double Vision, and I don't remember which Bad Company. So those will be coming up because I always review all the Atlantic 75th. I'm subscribed to that series. So if you want to know how those sound, tune in and you'll find out. Dogman, King's X 1994, one of my favorite rock albums of that year. Let me know what your favorites are. I appreciate you guys coming by. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Give the thumbs up. Leave your comments. Love to hear from you. Happy listening. And we'll talk to you soon.